Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Triforce Johnson. I'm a friend of Cali, and usually I don't do like personal social media stuff unless it's having something to do with the work that I do in technology and entertainment. But this is a different case. I do this because a longtime friend of mine needs help. He's put in a very bad situation, and the government pretty much helped him. And in helping him, he thought that perhaps he could reach out to his family and they could work together. And this video is about family versus relatives. I guess I'll let you guys take a listen to this.
Sadly, my name is Christopher Morrison. I share my name in relation with the two criminals of the story I'm about to tell you. A little about, 14 months ago, me and my family were placed in unfortunate situations. Unfortunate situations forced me, my wife, and my son to leave where we were living and to induct ourselves into the homeless shelters in New York City. For an entire year, we suffered in the homeless system, going from place to place, from apartment to apartment. We endured this process, most of the stress on my wife and my child, because they have not ever endured these things. After an entire year of enduring it, we thought there was a glimmer of hope. We received a phone call from Christopher Morrison, my father. He offered to help us. He claims his sister was relocating to a new state with her wife, and that the house that she owned would be available for people to move into. After a year of suffering inside of the shelter, we finally got to the end of the process. We were given our vouchers. We were given our way to leave. We even found an apartment home in the Bronx. But our quote-unquote family said we needed to relocate. We needed to come away. We needed to be around a real support system, real family. This is the gaffle that Daryl Morrison and Tamika Morrison fed me. So they offered us the house that would be empty for a few years so that me and my family could relocate there. We could save our money and eventually buy our own home. Sounds great. Since the plan sounded great, me and my wife decided, hey, we're gonna do that. We're gonna relocate. So the program gave us money, over $11,000, to make a choice. We could move to our brand new apartment in the Bronx, or we could relocate to this house upstate New York. Now, thinking that my family was doing us a favor, I said, hey, let's look out, because they're looking out. So we signed all of the money over to my aunt, Tamika Morrison, because she said she would allow us to live in her house for a few years, to save our money, to get situated, stress-free. Not to mention it was supposed to be a job here. So we took that information, we gave it to our caseworkers, because that's the only way we could have got out the shelter, is if we had a place to go and jobs to afford the rent of the place we were going. So Tamika Morrison and Daryl Morrison concocted these stories, these lies. They created this job that I was supposed to have when I got here, that I was going to be making $20 an hour. Never happened. In fact, they didn't help me do anything the entire time. So with that being said, they took our money. Tamika relocated, and now, 10 months later, I'm being told that me and my family are being put on the street. The agreement that we made is no longer going to be valid. In fact, they're telling me that we never made it. Both parties, Daryl Morrison and Tamika Morrison, are telling me that I just relocated my family from where we were, home, situated, just succeeding After going through all the stress, they're telling me that I relocated us to this place just to stay here and babysit for a year, so that me and my family could go on the street a year later. That's crazy. So I'm asking you, world, some help for lawyers, fees so I could get my family into a new place, because as I said, we was not prepared for this. Which means we did not get the time to save up enough money to get our own, because we invested it all into this scam that they got us with.
So as you can see, family is the people that reach out to help you when you need it. Relatives, well, they're just connected to you by blood. But like anybody in the street, they'll exploit you. They'll take advantage of you for their own gain. The concept of family doesn't really mean anything. They're not there to help you, uplift you, so you can help them and uplift the family. A lot of our so-called African roots in the West is gone. And we've been taught to live independently from one another rather than a family. So in closing, as a brother to him, a family member, not by blood, but by our people, I want to help Cali. So I'm going to send Cali a little bit of help. And I'm urging and I'm pleading and begging on his behalf that you guys help him out a little bit too. He just needs this a little amount of money. $5, $10 from each of us will make his goal, and he'll be able to take his family out of the current situation that they're in, move back down into New York City, get themselves an apartment where he can go look for a job again and start all over. It is unfortunate that the government gave him an actual opportunity to bail out and that his relatives would do this to him. Appreciate anybody who helps him out. Thank you.